Hello, Sagittarius, and welcome back to my channel, T to the Y to the M to the A-R-A. Alright, today we're going to see what's going on in your energy. Spirit, please give me a message for the Sagittarius Collective. What would you like them to know today? Remember, this is a general reading. If you want a personal reading, please check out beingtomorrow.com at the link in the description box below. Alright, let's see what message is coming out for Sagittarius. Spirit, please use me as a vessel to translate love and truth to the collective. Okay, let's see what's going on, Sag. All right, Sagittarius. It seems like in this energy, there may be this feeling where you feel like you may have crossed the line or went a little bit too far with somebody. You probably could have just not bit your tongue and probably said something. And now there's just a little bit of energy of regret, like wishing like, dang, I should never let that slip out, or I shouldn't have said that, or maybe I should have held my tongue a little bit because I don't know why I let that slip off my tongue. And now there's this energy here where you have a person keep replaying your conversations over and over again in their head. It seems like you or somebody else might be at odds, but you really care about this person, because now you're like in this energy of regret, wishing you didn't say something, and it keeps playing over and over again in this person's head. We also have this energy here where it says, I feel you even though we are apart. So you may have separated from an individual. You may have separated from an individual. You gave somebody a piece of your mind. You told them how you felt. They told you how they felt. And now it's like the outcome of this situation is just y'all just not speaking at the moment. Also, this person says, I hide who I really am from you. Somebody is wearing a mask and they're truly not expressing themselves. They just truly are not expressing themselves. Okay. Excuse me, let's clean it up. Spirit, why isn't this person in my Sagittarius energy not expressing themselves? If somebody has on a mask, why would they not express themselves to Sagittarius? The reason why they're not expressing themselves to you, or they're hiding who they really are from you, is because in the past they were hurt. They've been hurt so many times. And so even though you may be trying to call or reach out to this individual, you could be texting them and letting them know how you really feel. It's just that they don't like dealing with their emotions. They don't like facing their emotions. This is almost giving me like a relationship. This could be a romantic relationship. This could be with a family member. But this is giving me a relationship vibe. But this person doesn't know how to communicate. They've been hurt too many times. So they really try to avoid their relationship or avoid their feelings. They don't know how to express it. And it seems like they're still angry about the past. I'm getting this energy that somebody has not got over the hurt and pain that was caused in maybe in previous relationships, or maybe from a situation that y'all recently went through. So they haven't got over it. And now that you're trying to reach out to them and say or express your words to this individual, they're not letting you know how they truly feel because they have not got over something from the past. And they're not saying it. And this is their way of setting boundaries, is by holding in or hiding who they naturally are at the core, or just not opening up and expressing themselves anymore. Because maybe at one point you may have crossed the line, so now they're truly not expressing themselves anymore because they feel like either you're not going to hear them, y'all not communicating properly, or something is going on here. Right now, what's coming out for you, Spirit is saying that you need to make some healthier choices. It is time for you to make healthy choices. This is either in your love life or in your personal life. Spirit is telling you right now it's time to focus on self-love and self-care and to be happier. They want you to focus on being happier. When you have a falling out with someone, whether the relationship works out or not, when you have a falling out with someone, that gives you time to focus on self and to reflect and see like, hey, what can I do different in this situation? If I have to face the situation again, what can I do differently, or how can I improve, or where did the situation go wrong, or what can I learn from this situation? What lesson is there to be learned so I won't go through this thing or this particular situation? I don't want to repeat it. So Spirit is telling you right now The reason why you're going through this situation is because we want you to either take this energy right now and focus on yourself, focus on your self-care. We want you to be happy. We want you to reevaluate and make sure you're making the right, healthier choices for yourself. All right, what else, Spirit? We have I like you, seduction, stabbed in the back. And what's on the bottom? Self-indulgent. It seems like the theme of this reading right now, Sagittarius, is that they want you to focus on the self, and they want you to focus on the self and focus on your self-worth. They said right now is a time to heal. There is time for you to do your shadow work. And shadow work is a time where you're asking yourself the hard questions. If you don't know what it is, then Google it and see what's going on. But ask yourself, what do I have any unhealed trauma? Is it anything that I'm not expressing to the people that I love? Or is it somewhere where I feel like I've been hurt in my life that I could work on improving for myself? These are things that you do when you're working on your shadow work. And also, Spirit wants you to know that they want you to appreciate yourself. Sometimes you could be so hard on yourself that you don't realize how far you had came in life or how much you have overcome. It's like you still have not reached the top of the mountain. And so you're sitting there looking at the top, looking at how far you still have to go. And Spirit is like, no, pause and look, reflect back. Look how far you came. You may not all be at level 10, but you are no longer at level 1. You're right now at level 5. You're no longer at level 1. So we need you to appreciate yourself and see how far you had came. Stop being so hard on yourself. That's why they want you to pause and take a break. Because they want you to make healthier choices. They want you to focus on self-love. You need to focus on self-care. They want you to be happy. And you need to do your shadow work and appreciate yourself. All these came out at the same time. So, come on, what's going on today with my cards? Get it together. So, overall, if this is a romantic relationship, the person still likes you. They still like you. They still care for you. Like the romance is still blooming. It's still going to continue to grow. But at this period of time, it's time to focus on self and make healthier choices. And if this is of a family member or a co-worker or a friend, it just seems like y'all just in this period now where somebody had crossed the line and crossed some type of boundaries, and unfortunately it's time for this relationship to take a few steps back and for everyone to focus on self and figure out what can I do to improve, or how can I make some healthier choices here, because somebody keeps constantly replaying this conversation in their head. That's what came out. I replay our conversation over and over again in my head, in their mind, in their head. Somebody is sitting here feeling like they've been stabbed in the back. Either you or this individual feel like they've been stabbed in the back. There's a lot of heartbreak and pain here. There's a lot of just, somebody feels like a knife to me signifies somebody being cold-hearted. It also represents the air sign, which is speaking of the mindset or the thought. So somebody's mind is still stuck on the fact that I feel this pain, I feel this heartbreak, somebody has hurt me. Either you hurt somebody or somebody has hurt you. And the mindset is still stuck there. So only time will heal, because somebody feel like somebody's just deceiving them. Can I really trust this individual? I can't believe this person really said this. I can't believe they said that. I can't believe I feel this type of way of what's going on. There seems, overall, if this is a relationship where you and another individual are dating, but y'all just having a falling out right now, y'all still have an attraction to one another. Y'all still like each other. Y'all still care for each other. But it seems to be a lot of third-party interference. And that means that other things keep coming into play. Maybe somebody has to take care of their children. Maybe somebody has work that's interfering. It's just something going on that you may not see beneath the surface that's interfering in this relationship. So somebody might not always have time to fully communicate how they feel about a situation, or fully communicate how they feel about you, because it says like I hear who I really am. Why? Because I'm focusing on some other things. I don't have time to communicate. It's something else going on here. All right, what else, Spirit? Give me more for Sagittarius. Okay, so we have the Nine of Autumn coming out, followed by the Prince of Summer. So this is letting me know, didn't we just say this in the last day? What does that say? Reward yourself for all your hard work. Somebody has been sitting out here being a little bit too hard on themselves. And that's why Spirit is, sometimes when you're having a falling out in a relationship, for one, when you're in a relationship, I don't know if you ever seen a movie, I see Will Smith, Hancock is the name of the movie. I guess Will Smith and this other individual, this lady, were very strong. When they came together, they could not focus on doing the mission. So there were times where they had to do so many lives together, but they had to keep being separated so they can focus on their own individual missions. Sometimes in this lifetime, we can get so engulfed in a relationship with somebody else that we no longer focus on the I or the my mission, or what am I coming here to do? What is my purpose? How can I grow? Because we are so much in a relationship of supporting somebody else. We can become a slave to that individual, not in a bad way or in an unintentional way or something. Sometimes you could be so engulfed in somebody else and somebody else's life because you're supporting their job and their growth and how can they succeed and how can they grow, that you can lose yourself by being so loyal to another individual. And sometimes Spirit would throw a little wrench in the plan just so you and this person can have a falling out so you can go back to the plan. Imagine like the student in school, when you and your best friend sitting in the back of the classroom and y'all talking and keying and saying whatever else, nobody is focusing on, hey, the mission of why I'm in this class in the first place is so I can pass and go on to the next grade or go on to the next class. So what does the teacher do? Separate the two students. One sit at the front of the class, one sit in the back. Right now, we need them to fall. So Spirit is saying, I need them to separate right now. They love each other. They like each other. They're still into each other, but we need them to separate right now because I have a mission for this individual and I have a mission for this one. And the more they are focused on each other, the more they're not paying attention to what I need for them to do at this particular moment. There will be a time where they will come back together, Lord willing. But right now, I need these two individuals to focus on their own missions and what they need to do. And that's why Spirit says we need you to focus on self-love and self-care. Remember why you even came back to this world in the first place. It's so you can grow, so you can heal, so you can elevate, so you can go to the next level, so you can raise your vibration. So Spirit said, reward yourself for all your hard work. Be happy, successfully. And it says you're gonna wind up banning this energy of being happily and successfully self-employed. And Spirit is wanting you to cherish your time alone. So as you see, it says cherishing your time alone is what Spirit wants you to focus on right now. Cherish your solitude. Sometimes people can be in a relationship so much that you go from one relationship to the next, in general, just sometimes people can go from one relationship to the next, to the next, to the next, that they never truly have time to heal or focus on themselves or figure out what do I need, what do I like. Some people, can possibly go from one marriage into the next marriage or one relationship into the next relationship, that sometimes they get lost in the shadow of somebody else's energy instead of figuring out, what do I like to eat? Where do I want to spend my time? What books do I like to read? What show do I want to read? Instead of always being considered as somebody else. So what do you want for dinner and I'll make it? Or these type of things. So Spirit is saying right now, cherish your time alone. And that you're going to be walking into this energy of being happily and successfully self-employed. You're going to be working for the self. So some people are called to be entrepreneurs. Some people are called to be content creators. It does not mean that you have to quit your 9 to 5 if you have one. But you still can also be happy by doing something that you're passionate about. How do you find that thing that you're passionate about? By taking time to yourself, making some mistakes, finding out who you are at the core. Because if you find out who you are at the core, you will know what you like, what you don't like, and you will wind up putting yourself into a hobby that you can possibly grow and make some money from it. And if you make some money from this hobby, sometimes that's where self-employment comes from. You're doing something that you're passionate about, you're serving your mission, you're serving your purpose, and you're making money. You're not even realizing that you're making money from doing this thing that you're passionate about, because it was a hobby that turned into a career. Okay, next we have the Prince of Summer. And the Prince of Summer speaks of like romantic relationships. It says that you're at this point in your life where you're being swept off your feet, but you need to also stay grounded during a very emotional experience. So for some of my Sagittarius, you could be going through an emotional experience at this time. Remember to stay grounded. And I know you're like, well, Tamara, how do I stay grounded? What is that about? Google it. But look on Google, check on YouTube. Just find ways to balance your chakra, because the chakra that governs being grounded is your root chakra. So you want to get your root chakra back into alignment. That color represents red. That's when you're grounding yourself. This is when you are planting your feet in the ground. You're putting your feet in the water. This is bringing yourself back balanced, because sometimes we can be so much in our head that our energy isn't grounded anymore. It's not rooted in the ground anymore. Sometimes you have to be brought back into reality. Even with being inside these devices, our intention and our focus can go so much into the device, the metaverse or whatever else. It can go so much into these devices that we forget, hey, I need to come back in earth. I need to be present and experience life. I like realizing that I have no other time but the present time. If you're so focused on where I need to be, what I need to do next, what happened in the past, then you're not grounding yourself and being present in the moment and realizing, hey, what can I do from today forward? How can I move forward from here? I can't change the past, but all I can do is cultivate my future by being present at this moment and changing whatever circumstance that I need to change in my life. So Spirit is telling you, you need to stay grounded during a very emotional experience. So some of y'all could be experiencing something very emotional, because we did have this energy where it said that somebody out here is experiencing some type of hurt, or they just don't want to face some type of pain. And Spirit is telling you, ground yourself. So I have some homework for you. Take a piece of paper and write down and go look up. Once you get off this video, research, what can I do to ground my energy? If you feel like, hey, I've been dealing with a lot of pain in the past, I don't know what I can do to get back organized or to get back on track, Spirit is telling you, look up ways to ground yourself, to bring your energy back in the present moment. This includes meditating. And meditating does not always include just sitting still and like being completely silent and not doing anything. You can meditate by driving to work and silencing your mind and cutting off the phone. You can meditate by standing in the shower. You can meditate by cooking and just cutting everything off and just being present and cooking. These are different ways of meditating. So if you don't know what that is, research that as well, because I'll be doing a whole new video or we'll be going off on a whole new path if I started going into meditating and grounding. Next, y'all, we have, not only do we have the Prince of Summer, but we have the Princess of Summer. If that's not a balance of having both energies come in, the Prince and the Princess, I don't know what it is. As well as the Ten of Summer. This is letting me know with this summer energy, the summer energy in this deck represents your emotions. How are you feeling? And it seems like your emotions have been all over the place, and Spirit is telling you to bring your energy back centered, bring it back balanced. Because it seems like you're dealing with a romantic situation. Could be a relationship issue, romantic situation. And this could have something to do with the fact that you are a gentle, sensitive person who's very kind, but you're inexperienced in this area. So with the Princess of Summer coming out, it says a new relationship or emotional experience is coming in. So not only do we have you need to stay grounded during a very emotional experience, the Princess of Summer is saying that you're going through an emotional experience right now. Now, the emotional experience can be a pregnancy, the purchase of a new house, changing careers. Like, it's so many emotional experiences that you can go through. The loss of a loved one, getting married, breaking up friendships, walking into new friendships. There are a lot of emotional experiences that can happen. Hell, just the day-to-day basis. You could walk through Walmart and go through an emotional experience, or somebody take their cart and running into your car. There's a lot of emotional experiences we can experience throughout the day. So I feel like you're being tested at this moment. And it's going to be a new emotional. So for some of my Sagittarius here, you're either experiencing a new emotional experience or a new relationship. So be gentle with yourself in this situation, because you can be a very sensitive individual as you're going through these emotions. So be wary of it. Like, hey, I am a sensitive person and I am going through a lot at this time. So Spirit said I need to ground myself. Spirit is saying I need to take this time to focus on myself. This is what I can do to get myself back into alignment. This is what I can do to balance my energy. I feel like I'm just getting lost in the wind. I feel like life is just taking me and just blowing me which way. Because what's the name of this? Oh, Lord, I know y'all going to say it down in the comments. I forgot. I used to pick these up and blow them as a kid. But as you see, these 10, if you look at this picture, these you normally just blow you in the wind. Like, you just go with the wind, just like a flower or a feather. Like, normally a feather just reacts to life. It's wherever way that the wind blows is where it goes, okay? I feel like that's what's going on with your emotions. As soon as something happens, your emotions is this way. Then as soon as something else happens, your emotions is this way. Especially with being a sensitive individual. It's like you're reacting to life. Spirit wants you to take control of your life. Don't be so reactive to life, especially with these emotional experiences going on. And of course, this is not for everybody. This is for some of my Sagittarius, because some situations call for some deep emotions. I know some experiences call for some deep emotions, especially if you get hurt, because we have hurt out here. Somebody not want to deal with something. But for other situations, if it's not that big of a deal, sometimes we just got to walk away from it or leave it alone and go take time to ourselves and just reflect. And like, hey, ooh, I'm pissed off that happened, but I'm not going to react. I'm not going to react this time. I'm going to say, I'm a woo-sa. And I'm going to go take some time, I'm going to go take a bubble bath or go take myself to have a cup of coffee or something. I'm just going to take time to myself. I just need to go breathe for a minute and ground myself. Because, ooh, my emotions are all over the place right now. All right. And then lastly, with the 10 of summer, this speaks of an emotionally fulfilling life with family and friends. This speaks of having people around you that you can trust. With the 10 of summer coming in, at the end, you see how much we went through all these emotional experiences, but at the end of these emotional experiences, we have the 10 of summer. So you're going to be having people around you that you can trust. Sometimes we lose out on relationships because Spirit is trying to remove people from your life that don't need to be in your life anymore. That chapter has closed. And when someone is removed from your life, Spirit is opening the door for other people to come in. So it's new opportunities, new adventures, new ideas, creative endeavors. So with this energy of people you can trust coming in, that means that your circle may be changing. You're going through a new cycle. And that speaks of like just having people around you that you can clearly trust. You're walking into this energy of having people around that you clearly can trust. It seems like this reading is centered around relationships, possibly somebody you're dating or just relationships in general who's in your life. So some people been removed, other people are coming in that you can trust. That's what Spirit wants to bring to you. Also, an emotionally fulfilling life with family and friends. You're going to have an emotionally fulfilling life. The more we grow, the more we age, the more our lives evolve, the more they change. And sometimes people choose not to elevate, people choose not to change, and sometimes Spirit will remove those people out of your life because they are no longer on your path. If you're continuing to grow or elevate or vibrate higher, and someone chooses not to vibrate higher because they stuck on this life lesson and you're on this life lesson, sometimes Spirit will lead them here. Like, all right, they're in 3rd grade right now, and you just elevated to 5th grade. Unless you want to maintain communicating with a 3rd grader or being on that level with that individual, we're going to have to leave them here with other 3rd graders so they can grow together, and you go to the next level and you go to the 5th grade level. And you're going to go do 5th grade things. So at this level, it's going to be people around that you can trust. They're still on the life lesson of having non-trustworthy people in their atmosphere. And y'all no longer vibe together. So we're going to have to separate y'all. Sometimes Spirit will make things happen that you don't want to happen. God will make things happen that you don't want to happen. And unfortunately, that includes losing people that you thought would be in your life forever. And the reason why that happens is because they're just no longer vibrating at the same vibrational rate that you're going at. And there's also this energy here where somebody, I said earlier, somebody could be birthing a baby. Because the 10 of summer also speaks of raising children wisely. Either you are a parent or you could be becoming a parent. If you are, congratulations. But this speaks of raising children wisely. So you're walking into this energy of not only are you learning and growing and elevating, but you're planting that seed and helping your children to be wise adults. You're raising your children in a wise way, because if someone is able to learn how to regulate their own emotions, they will teach their children how to regulate their emotions. So what you're going through right now is going to help future generations. It's going to help your children and your children's children, because children tend to mimic what they see their parents do. So if my parents expressed themselves in their argumentative way when it came times and they was frustrated and the first thing they thought was to hit somebody, guess what? The kids gonna wind up hitting somebody. They gonna go to school and hit their classmate because their parents used to hit them all the time. But if you're like, hey, I'm learning how to regulate my emotions, I choose to raise my children in a different way than what I was raised. Spirit is saying right now, you're raising children in a wise way. And that's centered around the way you are making healthier choices for yourself, the way you are loving on yourself, the way you are caring for yourself, the way you are choosing to be happy, because happiness is a choice. You can choose to be happy. You could choose to focus on the negative side, or you could choose to focus on the positive side. You could choose to look at life as just lessons, or you could choose to look at life as these situations happen to me and I can't never grow from them. But it's all a choice. Okay, Spirit, give me an angel message. Give me an angel message for my Sagittarius. You are going through a change in direction, Sagittarius. Look at that. Change in direction. The changes you're experiencing are divinely directed by your newborn willingness to open your heart to love and our guidance. You have been listening to the divine, and they are guiding you. When you say, hey, I surrender to you, God, the creator, universe, source, I surrender to you. I want you to guide and orchestrate my life. Best believe they're going to say, okay, put your seatbelt on, put your helmet on, I got you. And unfortunately, your whole world will get shaken up because they are going to guide your life. And it's letting me know right now you have a willingness to open your heart to love and guidance. If you're saying, hey, I want love, they're going to remove everything that is not love in your life. And you say, I want guidance, they're going to guide you the way they choose to guide you. It's not, hey, God, I want you to guide my life, but let me still do what I do. And let me maintain my same friends, and let me maintain the same job, and let me maintain the same home, and all this other stuff. Let me maintain the same relationship. God is going to say, no. You ask and you open your heart for me to guide you. I'm going to guide you. And I have a better relationship, a bigger house, a better car, a better this, a better that, more jobs, more opportunities. That's what's coming in for you, Sag. Spirit is saying you are protected now and in the future. So follow your path to it says follow your path to the happy outcomes you desire. Follow your path to the happy outcomes that you desire. All right, Sag, you have some homework to do. You need to find ways to ground yourself, to get your energy back in check. Spirit wants you to focus on self-love. If at this moment you feel like you've been hurt or stabbed in the back, or just reevaluate what you have going on right now. All right, that's all I have for you. If anything resonates, please thumbs up the video and don't forget to subscribe. All right, take care.